What happens when a man stops chasing? Today we follow Michael's journey, a story that proves silence can be the strongest response. Get ready for a tale that will stay with you long after it ends. I've always believed that a man's true strength isn't measured by how loud he can shout or how much money fills his wallet. Real strength lies in maintaining your dignity when everything around you seems to crumble. My name is Michael, and my story began not with drama, but with silence. Sarah and I had shared 9 years together. When we first met, it felt like lightning dancing between us. She was the kind of woman who could make me laugh with just a glance and challenge my thinking with a single question. In those early years, she would greet me at the door with embraces that made every worry from my day simply vanish. But relationships are like gardens. Without constant care, they wither slowly, almost invisibly. First the flowers fade, then the leaves turn yellow, and eventually you're left staring at bare earth, wondering when it all changed. I first noticed the signs about a year ago. Morning affection became quick pecks on the cheek as she rushed past me. Evening cuddles transformed into polite good nights from opposite sides of our bed. When I'd reach for her during movies, she'd shift away, claiming she was too warm or uncomfortable. Initially, I convinced myself this was temporary. Work stress, exhaustion, life's daily pressures. I had 1,000 explanations for her behavior. I tried being the understanding husband. I brought flowers for no reason, planned romantic evenings, even enrolled in massage classes, thinking I could help her relax and reconnect. Nothing changed. If anything, my efforts seemed to irritate her more. She'd accept flowers with 4 smiles, agree to dinner dates, but remain distant and distracted. And the massage offer? Maybe another time, Mike. I'm really tired tonight. The breaking point came last Tuesday. I returned home after an exceptionally difficult day. A project I'd poured months into had collapsed due to a colleague's mistake. I needed warmth, support, just basic human understanding. Sarah sat in the kitchen with her laptop, scrolling through social media, and occasionally laughing at random videos. I approached from behind, gently placing my hands on her shoulders. Hey, beautiful. Could I get some comfort? Today was absolutely brutal. She didn't turn around, just shrugged slightly, indicating my hands were interfering with her typing. Sarah, I really need some support today. I tried again, my voice carrying the weight of genuine exhaustion. She mumbled, eyes still glued to the screen. Maybe later. I'm reading this article right now. An article about proper care for houseplants. I could see the headline clearly. In that moment, something inside me quietly broke. Not dramatically, not painfully, just like a light bulb burning out. I removed my hands, whispered, "Okay," and walked to the living room. That night, lying beside my wife who had turned her back to me, I made a decision. Not emotional, not driven by hurt feelings, but calculated and deliberate. I would no longer beg for what should be given freely. Morning arrived, and I woke up as a different man. Not angry, not vengeful, simply changed. I made coffee for myself without asking if she wanted any. I left for work without our goodbye ritual. For the first time in months, I felt something resembling peace. My plan was straightforward: stop investing in relationships that provided no returns. Not from spite, from self-preservation. I restructured my entire routine. Previously, I'd rush home to spend time with Sarah. Now after work, I hit the gym, met friends, attended art exhibitions. I'd arrive home by dinner, politely ask about her day, then pursue my own interests. I stopped initiating conversations. If Sarah shared something, I listened and responded appropriately, but I no longer suggested topics or asked follow-up questions. I quit inquiring about her weekend plans and focused on creating my own. The hardest part was unlearning small gestures of care. Not bringing her morning coffee in bed, not stroking her hair when passing by, not asking if she had headaches when she frowned. These actions had become so automatic that their absence felt physical. During the first week, Sarah seemed oblivious to any changes. Or perhaps she pretended not to notice. By the second week, I detected confusion in her eyes when I responded indifferently to her story about arguing with a friend, then simply walked away to read, instead of offering comfort and advice. After a month, our home's atmosphere grew tense. Sarah began questioning my behavior. "You've been acting strange lately. What's wrong?" "Nothing's wrong. I'm just living my life." "Your life?" Am I not part of your life anymore? I studied her carefully. Sarah, answer honestly. When did you last do something simply because you wanted to make me happy? When did you last hug me without any reason? When did you ask about my day and actually listen to my response? She opened her mouth to reply, but words failed her. I don't blame you, I continued. Feelings can't be switched on command. But I can't continue loving for both of us. The following weeks resembled a peculiar dance. Sarah began attempting to restore what we'd lost. She cooked my favorite meals, suggested watching movies together, even initiated embraces several times. But everything felt forced, like performing in a play, rather than living genuine moments. I responded politely, but without my former enthusiasm. I thanked her for dinner, agreed to movies, accepted embraces, but didn't try to extend them. I was no longer the man who celebrated every crumb of attention. One evening, Sarah's composure cracked. You've changed completely. You've become cold, indifferent. This isn't the man I married. Are you the same woman I fell in love with? I asked in return. Silence filled the space between us. Sarah, I haven't become worse. I simply stopped chasing someone who keeps running away. I'm tired of feeling intrusive in my own marriage. Tears gathered in her eyes. What should I do? How can I fix this? I don't know, I answered honestly. Maybe it can't be fixed. Maybe we've simply outgrown these relationship patterns. That night brought our first real conversation in over a year. Sarah admitted she'd lost herself somewhere in our marriage, feeling obligated to play the loving wife while internally feeling nothing. I thought you wouldn't notice, she confessed through tears. That I could just pretend, and everything would return to normal. Love can't be performed indefinitely, I replied. Eventually, the mask falls away. We decided to give ourselves time. Not to separate immediately, but not to pretend everything was fine either. We try rediscovering the people we'd once fallen for, or honestly acknowledge they no longer existed. 3 months have passed since I stopped fighting for our relationship alone. Sarah and I remain together, but we've built something different. Our connection now rests on mutual respect and honesty rather than habit or fear of loneliness. Sometimes I catch her looking at me and see sparks of that original fire we once shared. Sometimes she takes my hand without any reason. In those moments, I understand that silence truly can speak louder than words. We've established new patterns. Saturday mornings are for individual pursuits. I go hiking while she tends her garden. Evening conversations happen naturally, not from obligation. Physical affection occurs spontaneously, not on schedule. Sarah started therapy to understand why she disconnected emotionally. I joined a men's support group to learn healthier communication patterns. We're both working on becoming people worthy of genuine love. Last week, she surprised me with tickets to a concert, not because she felt guilty, but because she genuinely wanted to share the experience. I brought her favorite flowers, not to fix anything, but because her smile when she saw them reminded me why I fell for her originally. I'm proud of you, she said recently, for not accepting less than you deserved. It forced me to become someone worth loving again. Even if we don't find our way back to each other completely, I don't regret stopping my pursuit of one-sided affection. A real man doesn't beg for love. He creates space for it to grow naturally or accepts its absence with dignity. I learned to value myself enough to never settle for less than I deserve. This might be the most important lesson of my entire life. Because when you stop chasing what's already gone, you create room for something better to arrive. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is simply stop trying so hard. Sometimes love returns when you're no longer desperately grasping for it. And sometimes the most powerful words you can speak are the ones you choose not to say. Michael's journey reminds us that true strength isn't about fighting harder. It's about knowing your worth and refusing to settle for less. Sometimes love needs space to breathe, and sometimes walking away is the only way to find your way back. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever been in Michael's situation? How did you handle it? Your story might help someone else going through the same struggle. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell for more real-life stories that touch the heart and challenge the mind. Until next time, remember, your worth is not negotiable, and true love should never feel like a one-sided battle. Take care, and we'll see you in the next story.